I've got a lot of sketchbooks to go through. This is going to be my 2016 sketchbook tour. Hi everyone, today I've got a sketchbook tour video, and this is a bit silly just showing you two because I have about 11 books to show you. Wow. So I've just been super busy since the start of this year, and I decided to really push sketchbooks and using sketchbooks this year, and I did. So New Year's resolution actually came like to fruition. It actually worked. But if you go and check out some of my other videos, I've already done 2 more sketchbook tours of 4 sketchbooks, or maybe 5, I'm not sure. So those aren't going to be in this sketchbook tour, don't worry. So this starts in April, and that's from this book here. So I have this one. This one's my most recent. I have this one, 2 big ones, and then this really big one, and then there's a few other ones that like I didn't do much in, and then I have a whole bunch of originals as well. So that's these. Wow. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you do any sketchbook tours, I'd love to see them myself. I absolutely love sketchbook tours. I just love seeing into it because I feel like it's like a diary almost of, and it's like your personal work. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and yeah, if you stick to the end of the video, I have a bonus which is showing you some 5-year-old and 6-year-old sketchbooks. They're really old. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and if you can stick to the end, that'd be awesome. And no skipping. Hi guys, welcome to my 2016 sketchbook tour. I have a lot of sketchbooks to get through, as I mentioned in the intro, so let's have a look. We will start, like I said, if you want to see the tours of any of these sketchbooks, they were in my previous sketchbook tours earlier this year in April. And if you stick to the end, there will be a video of my really old artwork as well. So let's have a look. I do believe that this was the next one. Just pop it there. So this was the 10th of April 2016, and here you've got a little taped down Bumble's cheek feathers because they're purple. That's how I know it came from his cheek. We found it on the floor. So we're starting off here. I got some photo reference for the Beautiful Nightmares piece, and I decided to make them black and white and focus on the shadows on the face, and that's what these sketches were for. And in the end, I think it really helped me sort of figure out values and things, because I decided to go all black and white with it. And here's some drawings of Jasper. She doesn't look anything like Jasper. I really didn't know how to draw Jasper. I didn't know that I could push her body even more, and I'm really glad that I got into drawing Steven Universe fan art because it's helped me draw lots of different body types. So you'll see my progress through drawing Jasper, which is incredible, to be honest, actually. Some Zach, and there's My Beautiful Nightmares thumbnail. Pearl and Amethyst. I later did this in watercolour in the same sketchbook. And bearing in mind, this was around the time I actually started with watercolour. I didn't start watercolour until April this year, so it's been 8 months really. And some more Zach drawings, more Zach, and some burbs, and some more burbs, budgies. And there's the watercolour version where they've got like a hair swap. And then this was me playing with gouache. And yeah, and I bought some artist's quality, like this colour here, artist's quality half pans and some gouache. That was going to be a sketch of Frisk and mushrooms. And this is a funny little comic. Well, I think it's funny anyway. basically just kind of like laughing at the fandom that Jasper has, because at the time she'd only had 4 minutes of screen time in the whole of Steven Universe. And basically like Cartoon Network was saying, yeah, she's scary, you should fear her, and like her fan base is like over the top. But I will say that I have never met a nicer bunch of fans than the Jasper fans. They are really sweet, and I've made a lot of friends through being a fan of Jasper, which is really weird. There's some Palmethyst sketches. And Opal from my May We Draw Daily, so this is obviously May. I think this was the first day of May actually. And some Zach's. The Zach that I did in my May We Draw Daily as well. And the Ray that I did as well, so yeah. Lots of drawings of Ray. And I think my style has actually improved even from here. And there's a Jasper. She's starting to get a bit thicker, but that one's really bad as well. This loogie was done as a joke, and I can't quite remember why, but anyway, Jasper is alive. That was a sketch of Charlotte in Japan, who's one of my favourite YouTubers. And this was a sketch I did based on a fanfiction from someone you might know if you come to my live stream. She's called Mel, and she writes fanfictions, and this is from her, I think, her longest running one, which is called Honey and Venom. And it's a Jasper Helfic, and it's so amazing, and that's kind of how I met her. And it was meant to be Connie braiding Jasper's hair, and I never really carried on with it, and I never showed her that either. That was me redesigning my channel image, and some ideas for some embroidered patches. This was a thumbnail storyboard of a character that I had yet to develop, which was Ottia's best friend, and she's called Masker. She's now in the comic fully, but she was different when I first thought of her, and I'm glad I changed her because she was quite snobbish and awful to start with, and she's actually a lot different now. But yeah, so this was a thumbnail storyboard that I had, but obviously I didn't follow it up because I didn't see her like that. These were some hands, like I wanted to do some really weird hands for Malachite, and there she is, my water wife. And that's when the Pokemon starters were announced. So cute. I went with Rowlet. There's a Ramona Flowers. And you could see that I hadn't really found a way of drawing the gems that I felt comfortable with. Pearl looks terrible. I'm actually really embarrassed at these drawings. But yeah. And this was a thumbnail sketch of Steven and the cluster that I wanted to do, and if you watch my originals video you'll see how far I got with this, and I just didn't finish it whatsoever. Because at that point I found Steven very hard to draw. Here's Masker, and this is her development. This is the first few times I've sketched her properly. And there she is, and there's me coming up with names, because I derive this race with like the bat ears. They're called Lapta, and they're based on their names are based on like Russian words. So that was her, and people chose the name Masker. And that's Zoe, and she's buff. She's huge, but I'm trying to push her. So when I was designing Zoe, I was basing it off how I was developing with drawing Jasper as well. So it's very useful. See, fan art can help you really improve just as much as people say it doesn't, but I'm living proof that that's wrong. There's more Masker and Ottia. And this, if you don't know, this is from my comic transfer, and you can read the start of it now on my Tapastic. There you go, Masker and Ottia. And a really bad drawing. I still hadn't figured out how I wanted to draw Pearl, but I was getting to that point. And a little bit with Amethyst as well. And there we go, there's more Masker. I really like drawing her. And these were commission, these are sketches for a commission. I don't know what that was all about. And there's another Jasper, still too thin, but getting there. And this was a tag on Twitter, and it was basically like for every favourite I will tell you one of my favourite Pokemon, and it gave you like a list of types. So if you've got like one favourite, you told people what your favourite normal type was. For 2 favourites it was fire, etc. And it actually filled up pretty fast, all 29. It got favourited quite a bit, so I just decided to draw them all instead of just putting pictures up one by one. So these are like my favourites from each type. And yeah, so it was really fun to draw these. And then Tyranitar is my favourite Pokemon of all time. I love Tyranitar. Amethyst and Pearl is Marceline and Bubblegum. And there's the thumbnail sketch for my temple drawing. And sometimes I do daft little comics for my friends, and this was for Pierogi on Twitter and Tumblr, who is an amazing artist, and you gotta go check her out. She's also got a YouTube channel. And it says, "Pat, I have something to tell you. I guess you could say it would crush me to keep it secret." We were basically firing puns backwards and forwards to one another on Twitter for like the good part of a week. That's how we became friends. And there's another one of Mel's fics that I drew fan art for, and it's Jasper and Peridot, like human versions. Koranasami. And then when gay marriage was legalised, I drew these two together. I was really happy. Some 30-second gesture drawings. And again, these are just done straight in brush pen. And I was watching a Lauren Zook stream. She was playing World of Warcraft, and she had I think a partner. I don't know much about WoW, and she called him Bone Boy. I think I really can't remember, but I guess it was funny at that time. Bubblegum and Marceline. I think it should be noted that I keep my sketchbooks very messy and personal, and I believe that you should express yourself in your sketchbook how you want. You shouldn't feel pressured to copy anyone's style of sketchbook, because like you'll see, like there's my friends Audra and Sophia Lou, for example, who do very full colour, nice, like their sketchbooks look pristine and beautiful, and mine just look like kind of like a hot mess. But you shouldn't feel pressured in any way to sort of do your sketchbook. It should be how you feel comfortable doing it, because obviously Audra and Sophie feel like that's the way that they do their sketchbooks, and this is the way I feel like I do mine. So don't ever let anyone tell you how your sketchbook should look, because it's your place to experiment and practice, no one else's. There's an amethyst. I quite like that amethyst. I don't know what's up with that blue pearl or that audio. I was trying different hairstyles for her. More Bubblegum and Marceline. Tuxedo Pearl. More Tuxedo Pearl, and me crying about Tuxedo Pearl, I think. The Shorty Squad. I want to say squared. If any of you watch Jack's films, he calls Suicide Squad Suicide Squared. And I can't get out of my head. So I say Shorty Squad the same way in my head. Some hand gestures just done straight up in pen. And some more. I really like drawing hands, and I always say, like, don't feel pressured to get hands perfect, just draw hands over and over and over again. Some random Myra sketches, and I think that's everything. Oh, there's a sketch of Moscow in the back there as well, and this per convention stock. So the next one has some very interesting stickers on as well. These are from Doodle Date. This one was sent to me by Mel, and it's Hair Up Amethyst. Yes. This one's by Helen. also known as Haitchbee. You should check out her work, and she's such a lovely person. And these are by Toasted Bagels, who is incredible. And it's just a bullet bill from somewhere. These are from Paper Chase. And there's a Redbubble sticker. So, I know that there's some private sketches in here that I can't show you because they're for friends, or they're commission based, and I can't show you them. So, sorry. At the start here. I'll bring that closer so you can. Don't know if it's gonna focus. There we go. So I met someone at Manchester Comic Con. She was cosplaying Pearl, and she was really cool. And I was like, oh my god, you're so cool. And I got her Tumblr, and then I met her again, but didn't realise it was her out of cosplay. The next week in Manchester, and it was incredible. I'm really glad that I met her because now she's a really good friend of mine, and she's just like she's my Pearl bud. She's just so cool. So if you're watching this, Danny, I'm talking about you. But she's just so funny, and she always takes the piss out of me, and we just got like, what's the word, banter? Yeah, that kind of thing going on. And yeah, this is just like random featherheads. And then I drew this for Dani because she got me a pair of rainbow braces for Pride, and so I drew this for her and then blew it up as a big print to give to her rather than give her the crappy original sketch. This is Stefani, obviously, from Mindful Education, which was such a good episode. And that one as well, which is the one I went for the finished painting. Okay, and the next page is kind of hard to show you. I can't show you what's on this side because Mel wrote me a beautiful fan fiction, and I love her writing so much. Holy hell. But she wrote me this fan fiction because I wasn't having a very good day, and so I drew a little picture of part of it and stuck the fan fiction in my sketchbook because she's a sweetheart. And yeah, I haven't asked her if I can show you it, and she might not feel comfortable me doing that, but anyway, so I drew my reactions. This is me clutching at my heart. And there's Amethyst and Peridot. And again, I like drawing couple interactions a lot, so. Okay, cover that up because that's Mel's dress. And this is, Dani was having problems with mice in her student accommodation. And so I drew a little comic on it, and it was really funny because we basically came up with the idea that the mice listened to S Club 7. And that she wasn't cool enough to join in the party. Get the next few pages out of the way. There we go. So, this is me in sparkly pants. I can't remember why, but yeah. And that's me choking on glitter. Really don't remember why. Okay, and then can't show you what's on this page. But yeah, there's Jasper and Pearl. And I was kind of, I really like drawing Pearl's upper body for some reason. And I'm quite proud of how I did this here. And you can see that I'm starting to get better at drawing Jasper as well in this. Or settling into how I feel comfortable drawing Jasper. And there's Pearl and Amethyst again. And Bulbasaur. So when I said, feel better soon to Siren, and I said it in Dutch as well. How cool am I? I really want to see Siren before I go to Canada, but we shall see. Jasper and Pearl kissing. And I like experimenting with different angles of the face when drawing interaction as well, but it's not always easy to do, unfortunately. So I just go back to standard side-on views, yay! Me and Mel as Animal Crossing characters. And I said that I like to hit people on the head with nets all the time. I can't draw Animal Crossing style at all. And there's Zach. I don't like that drawing much. And there's me finding out that there are jigsaws that are basically like all the same colour. All the pieces are the same colour, and I'm just like, oh my god, that's just me in a nutshell. I love jigsaws like that. I love obnoxiously cruel jigsaws. They're my favourite. Some very quick brush pen sketches. I like this little one in the corner I did, but the rest aren't too good. They don't have to be. Mystery Girl and Pearl. Such a good episode. Jasper and Pearl. Ship. It's a tiny ship. Get it? I did a bit of an opal oil painting, but I never finished it because I'm just no good with oils, but I keep trying. And that was going to be the various iterations of Pearl in the shape of a pearl, and I think I might still do that. Mystery Girl and Pearl again. There's my thumbnail sketch for Wick. And she was such a blast to draw. I love her. I love her design. And there's this screenshot redraw thumbnail sketch. Some terrible. I remember doing these as warm-ups at the start of a stream, and I was really unhappy with them. Really unhappy with them. It's my gemstone and her pearl. And this was a thumbnail sketch for my friend Nick. For his commission of him and his Pokemon team. And this is when I started experimenting with pens that don't vary the line width. I think that was Sharpie, and I found it was actually a lot of fun to do. Some drawings of Zach that I really didn't like. Pearl and Amethyst. Beyonce. I love the album Lemonade. It's a very good album. And I tried to do Inktober. And I tried to do the Witches Inktober, but I didn't finish it. This was Urban Witch, but I didn't even carry on, so yeah. I got some Inktense pencils and I love them. I absolutely adore them, they're so good. And I also got some watercolour pencils from Mel, who was an absolute sweetheart and sent me some. So I drew her Amethyst, of course. Amethyst and Peridot again. I think there's quite a lot of Amethyst and Peridot in here. I like, they're the same height. It's so cute. They're just compact. And that one I drew for Mel as well. I like Amethyst's little chubby hands there. And there's Zoe. Obviously I'm developing her size a lot more, and that is how she is. I really like that picture of her. And then this is okay, in the little Jasper fandom thing on Tumblr, there's two of us with Bat in our URL, and there's me, and then there's someone called I'm a Bat Darn It, who is actually known as Bat more because I've got other names, but she calls me Batsy and I call her Bat Sis, and we're like the Bat Sisters. I don't know, you kind of got to be there in the moment. But I drew her as Lapis and me as Pearl. These were just some really random pencil sketches that didn't really take off. I don't mind this one, that one's not that bad. I think I was just cooling down for the night. Oh, this was my first Sono from when I was like 15. Oh no, she was a grey tabby. And even though I look drunk in this picture, it's meant to be blushing, but on Twitch, on my birthday night, people were really nice, and I got lots of thank you and, lots of happy birthdays, and I got to open presents, and it was so wonderful. I had such a good time, but I look drunk there. I'm not drunk. I was just so happy, and I was crying. I don't know what these are down here, but I drew Dani as an anime character. There's some hands again. Like I said, I like drawing hands even if I screw them up. How else are you gonna learn? Thumbnail sketch, very rough layout for a transfer promotional piece that I did. There's not much else in here actually. There's a Widow Tracer sketch there. Oh yes, so I got to meet AJ, the voice actress of Stefani, and I drew a painting. I did a whole painting for her on a live stream before I met her, and she actually came up to my table. She doesn't know who I am, but she was walking past and she actually visited my table. She bought one of my charms. It was a Stephen with a little rose quartz, and I gave her this painting, and I did a sketch of Stefani and I've put it away for safekeeping. I've packed it like away for safety because I want to frame it. But yeah, I was just so overwhelmed meeting her. So embarrassing. But she signed my sketch of Stefani for me. So I gave her the painting and I quickly sketched Stefani, and she signed that for me to keep. And it was such a lovely experience. But at the time I was so worried about not painting something nice. She liked it in the end, I hope anyway. But I just wasn't happy with it myself because I think I felt too pressured. And I think the only thing left in here is a commission that I took from my friend Dave from part of his tattoo. We've got an Alice in Wonderland tattoo, and this is now on his arm. I don't think I can show you anything else. So for a quick break between like full sketchbooks, I will show you some books that I haven't drawn much in at all, and I'll explain why. First of all, I'll explain what this little malachite one is, because I know some of you have spotted it in my photographs. And basically this was hand drawn by an artist named, I think her name is Wintershade, but I know as Ellie Aldred, and she is incredible. I've got some of her prints on my wall and she's so charming, and I shared a table with her at Birmingham and she's incredible. And yeah, you should go check her out, she's amazing. Look at this malachite. And I did do one page in here because I needed some paper very quickly, and it's actually story things, so I can't show you guys. But it's technically a sketchbook I have in 2016, but I haven't used it. Okay, so this was a Daler-Rowney Ivory, and I didn't like the paper in this one, so yeah. Some Zach sketches, Masker sketches, not really much in here at all apart from a drawing of Becky Cruel I did for her birthday. She's incredible, and I'm always too shy to say hi to her at conventions. She's so lovely. There's an amethyst. And then Jasper, you can see I've started to draw Jasper a lot better now. And some notes, and that was it. I didn't like the paper in these at all, so I'm probably going to use it. I mean, the paper's beautiful, but not for sketching in, personally. But I did like that the pages were perforated, which is incredible. So, but I might use it as a notebook instead. And another one that hasn't got much in yet is this, and it's called The Blank, and it is literally comic book panel book, and it's a blank comic book page, and it's really clever. But I wouldn't recommend using this for a full like story comic, because you want to diversify the panels a lot to tell your story, not let someone draw the panels for you. But for diary comics, I don't think that that's necessarily something you need to do. I see a lot of diary comics that are just squares, so that's exactly what I use this for. So yeah, this was a birthday present from Dave, and I've only done 3 comics, unfortunately. I need to get back into this a lot. So there's no text, I add the text later. And I forgot on this first page that I do single colour, and I went back to doing single colour because I've done diary comics in my other sketchbook that I'm going to show you very soon. That was my birthday. I got a job interview. I didn't accept the job in the end. I did actually get offered the position. It was a storyboard artist position in London, but they weren't paying enough for me to be able to move down there, so it was a shame. It's my first storyboard position, and I had to turn it down, and I'm so sad. Okay, so next we have some pretty big sketchbooks. One in June this year. So I got some Jasper. And I decided to draw Rainbow Quartz as a first time fusion, and I didn't do her like as a finished drawing, and I wished I had. I think these were subscriber requests on my live stream. Oh, you can't see the top, let me just angle this up just a touch. And there's an Alexandrite that was also a request from a Twitch subscriber, and I didn't like it anyway, so I didn't finish it. There's Masco and Otia, and I drew the Pokemon starters as humans very roughly, and people were like, they just look like Pearl, Lapis and Peridot. I'm like, rude. And there's a fan fusion named Agate. I didn't design her, she's a Jasper fan fusion. So if you look on Tumblr, there is some not safe for work stuff, so if you're a kid, don't go looking. But yeah, there's some designs of her on the internet, and she's really cool, and I love her design so much. And there's my Gemsona, Morganite, because my name's Morgan, and Morganite is a real stone. It's a beautiful stone as well. There's a bob. Thumbnails for a commission. And there's some drawings that were probably funny at the time, but aren't funny now. It was meant to be me when I had long hair. OCs again. More OCs and designs per time in the comic. And there's some more. Did quite a few little thumbnails, I think, of this. This was a joke. I can't remember who said it. One of my friends was like, Morgan, you could literally ship anything. You could ship a roll of toilet paper and a slice of orange or a slice of lemon or something. I can't remember. So I thought that would be, that sounded like something Lapis and Peridot would have a conversation about. So I drew that tiny comic, but it was pretty bad. And there's some cosplay plans, and I only did the one. That was for SunnyCon. Some more transfer sketches. And these are my characters in their underwear, and I use their underwear to kind of represent their personality, or like hidden parts of their personality, and I think it's a good way to sort of like have a joke about your characters. Some more transfer ideas, and some life drawing gesture sketches, and some more finished ones. I like this one. It's an undying sketch. This is when I started doing diary comics, and I didn't like this just random drawing, so I decided to use post-it notes. And this was June 28th, and these are all available to read on my Tapastic link. My diary comic name is Sticky Notes, because I started off with post-it notes. So. Yeah, that was my CV. I actually storyboarded out my CV. And there we go. There's another one. And another one. Some transfer designs. And another one. And I gave this post-it note to Maxie. I can't remember what was on it actually. There's a Mercy sketch. And some more Overwatch sketches. Guess who got Overwatch at that time? And that's when my Princess Bubblegum shoes arrived. And this was a joke to myself, like if I played Overwatch that much that I turned into Tracer. And these are ideas for a comic that me and Jess are doing, me and Jess Taylor. And it's about two people that meet on an online game. And there's May. And there's the characters again. And some pose drawings. Some more poses. I should do this more often. Tuxedo polo. Yeah. This is the emoji challenge, where people pick an emoji and a character, and you've got to draw that, and I put that on Instagram. And there's another diary comic. That was July the 8th. Widow Tracer. Some more quick drawings, gesture drawings. And I was going to do a drawing to celebrate Rebecca Sugar's birthday, but I didn't go through with it in the end. It's Blouse and Pug from Pug Davis, and then Pearl and Steven. And I was going to draw them meeting in space. And I got tagged on Tumblr and decided to do the tag as a comic instead. And that's also my Tapastic, you can read that. Thumbnail sketch of Tracer. A storyboard idea that I just literally just went and wrote down pretty quick. Some pearls. More diary comics, July 13th and July 14th. And I was very sick at that point. Leader of the Crystal Gems. Some Lapidot. That's a comic that I didn't finish. And some Otia sketches. I like this one. So when I started to feel really bad about my artwork. I did this. I really like this one sketch here. And that one's okay as well. I don't quite like that one. It's random stuff. There's another diary comic, July 21st. And another one that I didn't finish, and another one that I didn't finish. And there's some Pokemon Go characters. Bliss. There's the same character from before, and they're not very good drawings. They don't look like her, they're about out of proportion. This is when Alone at Sea came out, and I wasn't too happy with this one, so I was like, let me do another one. And I like the use of colour I did here, but it bled a little bit because the sketchbook isn't designed for it. But yeah, I quite like that. Then in the back I've got torn up pages, because if there's ever torn up pages, it's because I've used the paper at a convention to write things down. And this was a commission I did of Blue Pearl and Peridot, and Ryan's sister Marley drew this, and Amethyst as well, and I drew it that Amethyst and this Diva. I wish I'd finished this. I actually quite like this. I was really enjoying drawing it. Mercy and Genji commission, and a little comic about Jasper and Pearl, which I really enjoyed drawing that as well. And Amethyst in my outfit of the day, that was in August, and I had a sketchbook of this size stolen in October. I still haven't done a vlog about that, which I just haven't got around to it, but I had a sketchbook stolen, and it had the lapis in that you might have seen in my video, because I did lapis in my outfit of the day. And I drew the rest of the gems in my outfits as well. Like each of these is one of my outfits. And there's rose quartz in another one as well. Actually, that's kind of like what I'm wearing now. I'm wearing this thing and a dress. And I think that's everything in this sketchbook. Yep, all gone. Okay, so the rest of the sketchbooks aren't completed sketchbooks. I don't know how much of this you're going to see, but the stuff at the beginning is client work that I can't show you. There's bubblegum marceline again. This sketchbook's huge, like look at the size of it. I think it's 12 by 12, 11 by 11 inches, yeah. And someone wrote a fan fiction about my characters already, and I was really happy and really touched by it. It's a really big goal of mine to have people be fans of my work, and yeah, so I drew some artwork from that fan fiction. Some life drawing. And there's a reference for Zach, which it's a little bit Actually no, that's not outdated, but I do need to fix it up and scan it in and make it like a proper reference. And then there's Ottia's, which I quite like that drawing of her. And I didn't like this drawing of Masca, which is why I didn't finish the page. I like the pose, but I just don't think I pulled it off properly. And I think that's everything in there. So we're down to the last two before you get to see all my really old artwork. So this is the one that I started to use to replace the one that was stolen. I haven't done much in it yet, but there's Jasper. You can tell how recent this is. This is practice for the Jasper zine. And there's the thumbnail for it. And there we go. That was the colour thumbnail. And you've seen the final one. I actually designed a sticker to go with pre-orders of the zine. So if you've ordered it, you should be getting a sticker that was designed by me and some other artists as well. I've got stickers and postcards. It's going to be such a good little package that. There's a Guitara. Okay, there's a lot of Sombra art in here. There's Sombra and more Sombra. More Sombra. And some very quick pose studies. I like this one. And then I do that for Mel because I was having a really bad day and she cheered me up. And then this is the last page I did in it because I've been using a different sketchbook recently. The only characters in Steven Universe that haven't been complete jerks. Which is true, right? So yeah, this is a Moleskine Art Plus. The rest of them have been mostly Ryman's. There'll be links in the description. I might pin a comment to the top of the sketchbooks and tools that I use mostly. But anyway, this is a Moleskine Art Plus, and I got this because I needed paper to draw on for commissions at Birmingham Comic Con. I had nothing. All of my commission card had been stolen in the robbery, so I had nothing. And fortunately, there was this pop-up store in Birmingham, and I just ran in there as soon as I opened at 8 AM. I was like, I need a book, and I got this one, and it was very expensive, but I managed to pay it off by doing commissions. So there's a good chunk that's actually been torn out. You might be able to just make that out there. I don't know if it's going to focus, but yeah, it's not full. So I started off with some sketching. You can see where I've torn pages out. Tore out quite a few pages. So some Steven Universe sketches, a to-do list, Quartz family. I like the idea of these three being like super cute siblings. It's Tyranitar. And that's a sketch I'm doing me and Mel as Pokemon trainers in Pokemon Sun and Moon. After we finish each island, like our teams and our trainers. And that was a background test that I did, studied the way that the backgrounds look in Steven Universe and tried to replicate it with traditional media. I don't know if I pulled it off, but let me know. A little comic about Tyranitar and a Bulbasaur, because I like drawing them too. Jasper reading this was a conversation I had on Discord. I'm in a Discord group called Beef Chat, and it's all Jasper fans. And I was talking about Jasper reading a bedtime story called Go the F to Sleep, which is quite funny if you look it up. And there we have more Tyranitar and Bulbasaur. I just couldn't stop drawing these two. And if you go on my online store, I'm actually open for commissions at the moment, and these are £5 Sharpie Doodle commissions that I do very quickly. I have a lot of fun doing those. And there's Ruby and Sapphire. And again, Ruby, I really like this sketch, but the marker bled through and I was quite sad. OCs. More OCs. And these are some very pale, I'm not quite sure if you can make them out on camera, but some thumbnail sketches of Ellie from The Last of Us 2, and I really am looking forward to doing a fan art piece from the trailer. And here's my Gemsona and her pearl again. She got her hair cut to match her Gemsonas, to match her pearls, and the pearl is not happy. Okay, this is a very daft little biro concept idea that popped into my head of Zach's Planet being mostly cloud, and all the buildings, they live above the clouds. And this is the piece I did for the Artemino ad. Don't even know what's going on. We will never know. I just did some really weird drawings. It was very late and I just finished drawing other things and needed to cool down a bit. Some human Amadot. Masca. And now you can see how close we are. This was Koronasami, and I think that's everything. That's why that's yeah, that's why that's there. So yeah, that's my current sketchbook, guys. Okay, so if you've made it this far, thank you. I am now going to show you some very old sketchbooks, and I'm even using the same kind of sketchbook. That's shocking. I think this one is first. This is my final major project sketchbook. So this is from 2011. And if you guys say I haven't improved, I'm banning you off my channel. Just a heads up. Yeah, so this is a really good sketchbook. The reason I wanted to show you this sketchbook is because it shows that if you study things, you improve. So check out how my bear looks, right? My bear looks like a goddamn hamster. Okay, this was without studying bears. So later on, you'll see like Helena doesn't change. A bee is a bee, like pretty simple. So I started watching documentaries about bears and doing very quick studies in pencil. I had very unconfident lines. You can see that. But yeah, I was studying bears. Studying. That was quite cute. Studying from photographs, studying from film, and then suddenly my bear looks like a bear. And I left little notes saying that the nose is too big and the ears are, the head was too flat. And yeah, so my bear started to look like a bear. So if you just if you look at your reference and study hard, you can improve on anything. There's not much in that because I really didn't like keeping a sketchbook. I did a lot of digital work and I didn't really have it in me to do traditional work at the time, which was a shame. I've kept all of my university sketchbooks, so I might do, if you guys would be interested in that, I can show you what I did. And then this is my favourite brand of sketchbook. It feels a little bit stiffer than the Ryman's one. It feels a bit more high quality, but I can't get hold of them. And this is a Grand Lux Moleskin. Grand Lux Monologue, sorry. And yeah, I can't get hold of them anymore because I bought these in Hong Kong. And this is from 2012 when I was living in Hong Kong. And I was designing a character. This is all Storywork, so you see all these notes. I can't show you. They were the stories that I can't show you because I still want to create them. I designed a character called Nick who disguised as a cat and went on heists. And there was more to the story than that, but I had a love interest who just didn't seem interested in him. And I used to do like little comic scenarios of them meeting and stuff. And that's his friend. I can't remember his friend's name. And that's her friend. And that was a DeviantArt ID. More raccoon characters. She was a hipster. She was so up herself. I don't think I'll ever revisit these characters. I enjoyed it at the time, but I don't see myself revisiting. This story wasn't solid enough, in my opinion. It was one of my weaker ones, to be honest. His sidekick was a glowworm. It helped him see in the dark when he was doing his robberies. Interesting. It's really hard to hold this book because the cover's so much stiffer. try and find something a bit different other than raccoons. So yeah, I just did. There we go. Isn't he cute? There's some eyes. 4 stories that I can't show you. There's some concepts for a story that I would still like to make into a comic. It's from the same story. These were me drawing portraits of me and my uni mates. So there's me, Amy, Vicky, Fiona and Louise. To-do list. Oh my god, I used colour! So remember back then, it wasn't until maybe late 2014 that I actually got into using any form of traditional media. I went back and visited my bear, look! And even a year later I could improve him, and I liked this. I gave him a bit more character, a bit more life, and I really like these sketches in particular. I didn't know bees could sneeze. And there's a comic, you can actually read this on my DeviantArt, a comic about reading stories when you're meant to be working. And I love this. Malachite, is that a name? Like, this was way before Steven Universe was even a thing in my life. I didn't know about Steven Universe. Steven Universe wasn't out until late 2013 as well, so. And it's really funny because I do have a story in here about a bunny who has the ability to create healing bubbles. And she heals bugs and insects of their, like, if someone's pulled the legs off a spider. Yeah, it says here they turn into a bubble which glows and then pops and the bug is healthy again. And I'm like, now that sounds a little bit like something else we know with bubbles and healing powers. So I probably won't make that into a story. And there's Sarah the squirrel, who's actually based on a real toy of mine. It's really hard to hold this sketchbook. Some birds. And I would just carry, and I would do comics. I would just carry this everywhere, and draw constantly draw. Some more daily comics, like life comics. Did these without even thinking, guys. So yeah, and then there's notes for client-based work in the back, and that was it. That's 2012. I did 2 sketchbooks that year, so there is another one, but I've lost it. But it doesn't matter because you get the gist. But anyway, yeah, so I've gone through an extortionate amount of bloody sketchbooks this year. Too many sketchbooks. So thanks for watching, guys. This video took 3 goes to get right, so I really hope this one goes well. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!